Hi, hello, namaskaram, adab. Welcome to Gayatri Bhargavi's NAVARASA. Breast Cancer Awareness. నేను ఒక మంచి కార్యక్రమం చేశాను విత్ డాక్టర్ గీతా నాగశ్రీ గారు. ఆవిడ ప్రతి సంవత్సరం కూడా ఆవిడ అండ్ చాలామంది డాక్టర్లు అండ్ అఫ్ కోర్స్ మన ఝాన్సీ అక్క కలిసి బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్ అవేర్నెస్ కోసం చాలా ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ కండక్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. అయితే ఈ సంవత్సరం ఇక్కడ ఒక ప్యానెల్తో బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్ అవేర్నెస్ గురించి ఒక డిస్కషన్ చేశాము. మనం ఏం భయపడక్కర్లేదు, ధైర్యంగా ముందుకు వెళ్ళాలి అని చాలామంది డాక్టర్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. అండ్ ఆల్సో వీ హ్యావ్ మినిస్టర్ ఆఫ్ ఐటీ హూస్ కమ్ హియర్. సో ఒక చిన్న డిస్కషన్, ఆ డిస్కషన్ అంతా కూడా నేను ఆ పాడ్కాస్ట్లో పెట్టదలుచుకున్నాను. సో చూడండి, మీకు దీనివల్ల ఉపయోగపడితే ఐ థింక్ ఐ హ్యావ్ అచీవ్డ్ మై డ్రీమ్. సో ప్లీజ్ కీప్ వాచింగ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Now I request Dr. K. Hari Prasad Garu to kindly speak and address the gathering. Thank you, sir. We are very inspired by you, sir, and your story, and we are all waiting to listen through you in your words.
I, being a cancer survivor myself, can tell you that it is not a dreaded disease. It is not a disease which is the end of life. I think the films, movie media and the television are the culprits, because it's always depicted as something which is, makes you bedridden, loss of hair. I lost my hair naturally, not because of cancer or treatment. So the little bit of it which was left, I removed it. So it's not like that. The important thing is it should be diagnosed early. A lot of cancers can be prevented. So prevention must be the rule. One. And second thing is, if it is detected early, almost every type of cancer is completely curable. Unfortunately, what's happening is cancer is being detected later stages. As it is being detected at a later stage, treatment becomes more complex, treatment becomes more expensive, and outcomes are not good. And when it comes to cancer, breast cancer, which is probably the topic or the evening that you're going to spend here, is prevention and early detection is not with the doctor, is not in the hospitals. It is with you in your own hands, as was just depicted in the song here. I'm sure Dr. Geeta will talk to you more about how to examine yourself, do your own self-breast examination, and be more aware of what to look for, what are the signs. I think especially breast cancer is in your own hands, and you should make sure, all the women should make an effort to follow these simple steps as the oncologist will explain to you. And if at all it is unfortunately comes into any one of the women, it can be assured that if it is detected early, it's completely curable. That's the most important message that we wanted to give, and I'm happy on behalf of CARE and all the medical fraternity that we are associated with a cause like this, and we stand committed to causes like this simply because they create a much better society and community for all of us to live in. So once again, congratulations, Dr. Deepa, and all the best, and thank you all.
Sir, thank you very much. But one little question I have as an experienced person in this area, that what was your mental health when you were detected of it, and how did you react to it?
I'm also a human being. So it's a good story to tell now. I'm a diabetic. It's about 9 years ago. They took blood from me to get a blood sugar test done, as is done regularly for a diabetic. But that day that boy drew 2 ml extra and a little bit of additional blood, and he called me back and said, what should be done with that blood? I said, just 2 ml of blood, throw it away. That guy sent it to the lab for a complete blood picture. I was completely hale and healthy, nothing, no signs, absolutely nothing. And then because I was working in a hospital, the pathologist called me and said, there are some abnormal cells, so it looks like it's a cancer. You need a bone marrow test. I said, I can't be having cancer. I was a good 120 kgs at that point of time, and I was I'd just come back from US and I had absolutely no symptoms. I said, do the bone marrow now. It's a painful procedure, it's not a simple procedure. So I was in a stage of denial. Bone marrow was done and it confirmed it. And I think the family and the friends and the doctors who treated me were responsible for my emotional status, because all of us go through a phase where we are depressed and once it's diagnosed, but fortunately I had a support system around me which made sure that my mental status was completely taken care of. A lot of you would have been introduced to virtual working because of COVID. But I got introduced to virtual working while I had cancer, because that cancer makes you more prone to infection. So I was literally confined to a room. So all through the 8 months of my treatment, I was working continuously from the room, and that kept me going. And the family and the friends and the doctor support was a huge this thing. And I think at the end of it, one needs to remain positive with what they're thinking. So as long as you are positive, you will be fine. But mental health, as Bhargavi asked, is a very important form of managing in any stressful condition, whether it's cancer or in any other stressful condition.
How are you taking it now, sir? Every year checkups, routine checkups, or just the blood test for your diabetes? What is the answer you want to give?
No, they actually, the doctors, after the treatment was over, put me through a regimen, regular testing for the first 2 years, but after that, it's my diabetic check. And believe me, after that, I spent a lot of time on myself. And once I lost weight, the diabetes also disappeared. So now I don't even do the blood sugar test.
Thank you so much for sharing, sir. That was brave. Thank you very much. Now I request our guest of honor, Sri Dr. Ram Prasad Garu, to talk a few words and also tell us about what a Rotary and how much Rotary is doing about this awareness program also. Thank you.
Friends, today I am going to talk about the organization which has started around 120 years back. That is none other than Rotary International. They started in 1905 at Illinois, USA, by one gentleman by name Paul Harris, along with his 3 friends. So totally 4 people have joined together with a good cause, with a good sankalpam antaru chusara. A sankalpamto వీళ్ళు నలుగురు జాయిన్ అయ్యి టుడే హ్యావింగ్ అబౌట్ 14 lakhs Rotarians all over the world. Every day or every hour, there is a meeting across the world of Rotary meetings. మాకు 7 ఫోకస్ ఏరియాస్ అని ఉన్నాయి. ఆ 7 ఫోకస్ ఏరియాస్లో డిసీజ్ ప్రివెన్షన్ అండ్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ అనేది వన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫోకస్ ఏరియా. దానిలో ఈ క్యాన్సర్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ కూడా వస్తుంది. మీకు ఎంతమందికి తెలుసో లేదో నాకు తెలియదు, కానీ ఐ డోంట్ నో హౌ మెనీ పీపుల్ నో అబౌట్ ఇట్. Rotary is the main important role they played in eradication of polio in the world. I don't know how many people have come across how a victim of polio will be suffer entire his career in the life. That is possible only when lot of NGOs, lot of philanthropic gentlemen or organizations join hands to eradicate polio. In 2014, I am proud to announce we have become free from polio, India. But before that, if I remember my childhood days, at least in a school, there will be at least 6 to 8 people are sufferers of polio. But today, I don't think so youngsters knows what is the polio, because they are not seeing anybody. If we want to eradicate even cancer, people have to unite to do one good cause, to take it forward, to see that that will be eradicated in the society. For Rotary, For every dollar a Rotarian or a philanthropist or any person donate for end polio, to eradicate polio in the world, Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation gives $2 to eradicate in the polio. ఆ మహమ్మారిని పంపించేదానికి మేము ఇచ్చే ఒక ప్రతి రూపాయికి వాళ్ళకు ₹2 జాయిన్ చేస్తారు. అలాగే ప్రపంచం మొత్తం మీద ఎరాడికేట్ చేశాం కానీ ఓన్లీ 2 countries we are not able to do. That is none other than Pakistan and Afghanistan. Because they had some fear. By taking these drops, they will have some problem and other things. But today, lot of people, even today, they are sufferers in the 2 countries. But this program has to continue to eradicate even that small, only 2 countries. Till that time, we should not sleep or we should carry forward. మా రోటరీలో స్పర్శ్ ఆస్పైస్ అని మీరు వినుంటారు. స్పర్శ్ ఆస్పైస్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ Rotary Club of Banjara Hills initiative. This has started 14 years back with 10 to 12 beds at Banjara Hills. Today, they are having nearly 100 beds hospital, palliative care unit, Kajagoda Road, if I am not wrong, next to Oak Ridge School. If a person or a member in any family got affected with cancer, irrespective of any cancer, if it is not diagnosed, it is not only losing the person, the entire family's economy, karma antaru chusara, it's a group karma. మా ఫ్రెండ్ ఎవరో చెప్తున్నారు ఇంతకుముందు, గ్రూప్ కర్మ లాగా entire family and the known or unknown relatives, nearby kith and kin, everybody will suffer if one person is suffering in that family. Unfortunately, they have lot of myths about this cancer. మీరు ఏంటి ఈయన డాక్టర్ కాదంటున్నాడు, డాక్టర్ లాగా చెప్తున్నాడు అని అనుకోవద్దండి. మా రొటేరియన్స్లో కూడా చాలామంది సఫర్ అవుతున్నారు. ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ మై మదర్ సఫర్డ్ విత్ బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్, బట్ థ్యాంక్స్ టు మై ఫాదర్ నాలెడ్జ్ అండ్ కనెక్షన్స్ విత్ ద గుడ్ డాక్టర్స్, షీ హాస్ బీన్ డిటెక్టెడ్ వెరీ ఎర్లీ స్టేజెస్. షీ సర్వైవ్డ్ ఆఫ్టర్ ద ఆపరేషన్ 30 years. But recently, one of my cousin, she was just completed her engineering and she married also. Within 3 months after marriage, she succumbed to breast cancer and she died. Recently, there is one gentleman, Victor John Paul, and one of our past president from Pedranduppadu in Guntur district. His daughter completed her medicine and she is doing her house surgency. She has lost 3 months or 4 months to complete. At that stage, she had been detected with breast cancer. She was treated in Basavatarakam Hospital without any burden to the parents. But we lost her. She died. అంటే వీళ్ళు చనిపోతున్నారు, బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్ చనిపోతున్నారని ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నానంటే ఈ మాట, చాలామంది అనుకుంటారు ఇప్పుడు మిత్స్, ఇది ఓన్లీ నాకు రాదు మిగతా వాళ్ళకి వస్తుందని అనుకుంటారు. Everybody thinks, not only me, including doctors also think that it won't come to me, it will come only to neighbor or other person. And at the same time, the children also are doctors, whoever they may be. I don't know why they are not able to go to a doctor once in a year and get checked, so that whatever the fees, it may be 500 or 1000, but entire year the whole family will get free from these tensions and afterwards that agony. I am very proud to announce to all the friends, District 3150 ante entire Telangana and 2 revenue districts of Andhra Pradesh. హైదరాబాద్లో మేము 2 క్యాన్సర్ డిటెక్టింగ్ బస్సెస్ ఇచ్చాం. ఒకటి ఎంఎన్జే క్యాన్సర్ హాస్పిటల్కి ఇచ్చాం, అది ఐ థింక్ ఇట్ ఈస్ స్టాండింగ్ ఇన్ బిఫోర్ ది ఆడిటోరియం. ఈచ్ వన్ ఈస్ కాస్టింగ్ అబౌట్ 1 to 1.25 crores. And what we did for the past 2 years, I'm just giving you some calculations. The number of camps the 2 buses have conducted in and around Telangana is 454. Number of people screened is around 58 to 60,000 people. I mean, women. The early detection cases have been found nearly 680 to 700 lady members. This is the great service to that particular families. That means 700 lady or women will not have this cancer or sufferings of the family will not be there. If the cancer has been detected or they go to the hospital, out of 100, 95 people will be cured from this cancer. Think or their relatives got suffered, oh, that family has gone. We should not go to that level. We should always have that courage. Yes, I will fight it out. Let me fight this disease. How it will not come? By making all your treatment, taking proper treatment and following the proper diet and everything. This particular disease to eradicate, in the entire country of India, we are having about 40 governors. All the Rotarians and the governors are thinking that in the coming years, cervical cancer is going to be a big menace. So we all want to take this cervical cancer to eradicate. For that, giving the prevention vaccines much earlier stage. This is going to be the next few years, because polio, anyhow, how the way Rotary has taken up, we also want to take, in southern part of India, around 10 to 12 governors are there. We all have taken an oath that in the coming 2-3 years, we have to take combinedly and unitedly to prevent, to arrest the cervical cancer. Over and above this, what I am thinking personally is, awareness is not there. నేనేం చెప్తున్నానంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క రొటేరియన్ కానీ ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా వాళ్ళ పిల్లలకి వాళ్ళు చెప్పాలి. నెక్స్ట్ ఒక 1/4 ఆఫ్ పేపర్లో 1/4 ఆఫ్ ద పేపర్లో మనం ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఈ క్యాన్సర్ ఉన్నటువంటి టైప్స్, బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్, సర్వైకల్ క్యాన్సర్ ఆర్ కొలోన్ క్యాన్సర్, ఇవట్లన్నిటి గురించి రాసి వాళ్ళు ఎప్పుడెప్పుడు ఏమేమి తీసుకోవాలనేది వీ హ్యావ్ టు స్ప్రెడ్ and bring awareness in the college. They can tell to their parents. They have to take it forward. The children get pushed their parents or relatives. This is the precautions one we have to take. This is the thing what we have to do. So for every, I always say to my people and believe, an efficient secretary is behind a successful executive. But in this case, men should be behind the women to see that they will not suffer or succumb to cancer. I hope with these few words, I thank you, Geetha, and the team for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And we welcome our chief guest tonight, Sri D. Sridhar Babu Garu. Swagatam, suswagatam. Namaskaram andi. Minister for IT, ENC, Industries and Commerce, and Legislative Affairs, Government of Telangana. ఇప్పుడు ఒక చిన్న ప్యానల్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం, బికాజ్ వీ ఆల్సో హ్యావ్ అవర్ మినిస్టర్ హియర్ విత్ అస్. దిస్ ఇస్ అ స్మాల్ టాక్ ఆన్ అవేర్నెస్ అండ్ బాడీ కాన్షియస్నెస్, హౌ అవేర్ వీ షుడ్ బీ అబౌట్ క్యాన్సర్ అండ్ హౌ బాడీ కాన్షియస్ వీ నీడ్ టు బీ. మనం బాడీని ఎలా చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి, మనం ఎంత అవేర్నెస్తో ఉండాలి అన్న టాపిక్ గురించి ఒక చిన్న డిస్కషన్ ఇక్కడ చేస్తాము. అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఎస్టీమ్డ్ గెస్ట్ హియర్, సో లెట్స్ బిగిన్ ద టాక్. So first I'll start off with our organizer herself. So Dr. Geeta, first చెప్పండి, రెగ్యులర్ టెస్ట్ చేయించుకోవాలి అని అంటూ ఉంటారు, కానీ రెగ్యులర్ టెస్ట్ అని వచ్చేసరికి బ్లడ్ టెస్ట్, యూరిన్ టెస్ట్ అన్నీ చేయించేసుకున్నాము, మాకేం లేదు అని ఇందాక మన డాక్టర్ గారు చెప్పినట్టు ఉంటుంది. సో వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్ టెస్ట్ విచ్ ఆర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఒక క్యాన్సర్ ఉంది అని తెలియడానికి? అవేంటి మాకు తెలియజేయగలరు?
ఒకటండి, యాక్చువల్లీ ప్రివెన్షన్ వైజ్ ప్రైమరీ ప్రివెన్షన్, సెకండరీ ప్రివెన్షన్ అండ్ టెర్షరీ ప్రివెన్షన్ అని ఉంటుంది. ప్రైమరీ ప్రివెన్షన్ అంటే మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ క్యాన్సర్స్, ఎస్పెషలీ దీస్ ఉమెన్స్ క్యాన్సర్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ ఇన్ రైజ్, ఎస్పెషలీ బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్స్ అండ్ ఆల్ ఆర్ మోస్ట్లీ లైఫ్ స్టైల్ డిసీజెస్. సో ప్రైమరీ ప్రివెన్షన్ అంటే లైఫ్ స్టైల్ మోడిఫికేషన్, ఒబిసిటీ ఉంటే తగ్గించుకోవటము, హెల్దీ డైట్ తీసుకోవటము, రెగ్యులర్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేస్తాము, ఇవన్నీ ప్రైమరీ ప్రివెన్షన్. సెకండరీ ప్రివెన్షన్ అంటే ఎర్లీ డిటెక్షన్, ఇవన్నీ ఆల్ ది స్క్రీనింగ్ టెస్ట్. స్క్రీనింగ్ కూడా అన్ని క్యాన్సర్స్కి స్క్రీనింగ్ ఎమికబుల్ కాదు, యూస్ఫుల్ ఉండదు. కొన్ని క్యాన్సర్స్ లైక్ బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్, సర్వైకల్ క్యాన్సర్, అఫ్ కోర్స్ కోలాన్ క్యాన్సర్, మెన్లో అయితే ప్రాస్టేట్ క్యాన్సర్, అది కూడా కొన్ని కాంట్రవర్సీస్ ఉన్నాయి. బట్ వీటికే కొంచెం స్క్రీనింగ్ అనేది ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. డెఫినెట్గా ఉమెన్లో నెంబర్ 1 క్యాన్సర్ ఈజ్ బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్ విచ్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ రైజ్ నౌ. దిస్ ఇస్ అ క్యాన్సర్ విచ్ ఈజ్ అ డిసీజ్ ఆఫ్ ద వెస్ట్. ప్రీవియస్లీ it is taking like 1 in 28 women is likely to get in India. This statistics is showing that this is because everything has changed in women's life. Like age of menarche is previous, our generation is 14 to 15. Now it is 9 to 10 age of menarche. Age of menopause also has increased from 45 to 48 to 50, 53. And number of children has come down. And everything what we eat is hormone driven, milk, meat, everything. And all these are increasing hormone exposure on the body, and this is increasing the because of this, these cancers are increasing. This is mainly a lifestyle disease, and also our food habits, we are slowly becoming away from our Indian culture and slowly westernizing all, we are buying all these diseases. And breast cancerకి వస్తే డెఫినెట్లీ స్క్రీనింగ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ మచ్ యూస్ఫుల్. ఆల్ ఉమెన్ అబౌవ్ 40, అంటే 45 అని అమెరికన్ క్యాన్సర్ సొసైటీ ఇచ్చింది, కానీ మన ఇండియాలో యావరేజ్ ఏజ్ ఆఫ్ బ్రెస్ట్ క్యాన్సర్ ఇన్ ఇండియన్ ఉమెన్ ఈజ్ 10 years లెస్ దెన్ వెస్ట్. 40 నుంచే మనం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే బెటరు. ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ ఉమెన్ ఒక మ్యామోగ్రఫీ, ఒక అల్ట్రాసౌండ్ బ్రెస్ట్, అల్ట్రాసౌండ్ అబ్డామిన్ చేయించుకుంటే చాలా వరకు కవర్ అవుతుందండి. అండ్ ఐ ఆల్వేస్ టెల్ వెన్ ఎవర్ ఐ అడ్రస్ ఉమెన్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్, ప్లీజ్, అంటే ఇట్ కాస్ట్ లెస్ దాన్ ఎ శారీ ఇయర్లీ స్క్రీనింగ్. Just for, we buy many sarees and put in the almirah. Just forgo one saree and buy, do this test. Many lives will be saved. అంటే గవర్నమెంట్, అంటే వెస్టర్న్లో అంటే పాపులేషన్ బేస్ స్క్రీన్, గవర్నమెంటే వాళ్ళని పిలిచి చేస్తుంది. అంటే మనం గవర్నమెంట్ చేయలేదు అనుకోకూడదు, ఎందుకంటే మనకి ఇట్ ఈస్ మన కంట్రీ ఇట్ ఈస్ హ్యూజ్ పాపులేషన్ అండ్ బడ్జెటరీ వైజ్ ఇట్ వెరీ లెస్ హెల్త్ బడ్జెట్, దట్ ఆల్సో టు బి షేర్డ్ బిట్వీన్ సో మెనీ థింగ్స్, మెటర్నల్ మోర్టాలిటీ అని, ఇన్ఫెక్షస్ డిసీజెస్ అన్నీ. సో మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఉమెన్ కెన్ ఎఫర్డ్ దిస్. సో మనమే ప్రతిదీ గవర్నమెంట్ చేయాలనుకుంటే వీ కెన్ ఎఫర్డ్ ఇట్. ఒక చీర కొనుక్కోలేదు అనుకొని చేయించుకుంటే సో మెనీ లైఫ్స్ విల్ బి సేవ్డ్ అని నేను ఎప్పుడూ చెప్తూ ఉంటాను అందరికీ. అదే కాకుండా ఇంకోటి అంటారు, డబ్బులని కాదు భయం అంటారు. ఏమైనా డిటెక్ట్ అయితే ఎర్లీగా డిటెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఒకవేళ భయం అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఉమెన్ కూడా, ప్రతి ఉమెన్ చాలా ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్తో ఉంటున్నారు. హౌస్ వైఫ్ కిట్టీస్ ఉంటున్నాయి, ప్రొఫెషనల్ ఉమెన్ అయితే ప్రొఫెషనల్ గ్రూప్స్ ఉంటున్నాయి. అందరు కలిసి వెళ్ళి చేయించుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఆ భయం కూడా పోతుంది అని. ఎంత చెప్పినా ఇండియన్ ఉమెన్ ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్, దే డోంట్ కమ్ అవుట్ అంటిల్ దేర్ ఇస్ సమ్ అంటే సివియర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈజ్ దేర్. దట్ ఆ ట్యాబ్ నుంచి బయటికి వచ్చిన రోజు సో మెనీ లైఫ్స్ విల్ బి సేవ్డ్.
దట్స్ నైస్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. And I have Dr. Raguraman, radiation oncologist. Namaskaram andi. Nice to have you here, sir. Also as a professor.
Yes, namaskaram.
Thank you. Sir, as ma'am says, 40 plus tarvata we should get a mammography done or whatever. But as a radiologist, you tell us that meeku vachinappudu which age nunchi vastaru breast cancer tho?
All those cases below 20, 30 are rarities. Majority is after 40, 50, 60 and 70. So knowledge unna vallandaru, they need, all those who need to go for screening are after 40. So 40 tarvata oka mammogram cheyadamlo there is no problem in doing that, and that will give you a lot of information, and that will remain as a baseline for the rest of your life. Even if you don't develop a cancer for the rest of your life, you can still keep that films with you and leave it as a baseline.
And dani side effects emantaru? Chaala mandi side effects untayani bhayapadtu untaru.
Mammogram is extremely simple. It is just two films. Well, it's slightly painful, kani it is oka vidhamlo chuste the benefits far outweigh the risks of that, and it is a totally safe process. The amount of radiation that is involved in that process also is negligible, and it gives you so much of peace of mind. You have no problem currently, and for the next 2 to 3 years you can be totally, peaceful in your mind.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I'll ask Sridhar garu. Sridhar Babu garu, meer cheppandi, from the government as a representative, as a minister, asalu register anedi intavaraku unda leda, to have a count of ఎంతమంది తెలంగాణలో మనకి క్యాన్సర్తో ఉన్నారు, ఎంతమందిని క్యూర్ చేస్తున్నాం, ఏమైనా నాకు రిజిస్టర్ లాంటిది ఉందా, చెయ్యాలా, ఏంటి, వాట్స్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్ టు ఇట్?
Yes, data generally we collect from hospitals. Generally, we didn't have any, right now till now we don't have any process of going to villages, knowing who are the cancer patients. Unless they come to hospitals, they come to different nursing homes, the district machinery, like we have DMHO, DCHS, through different hierarchical levels of our health supervisors, until and unless we gather the data, but there is no mandate to gather the data now, right now. And definitely, I see a point what Dr. Geeta and Dr. Raghu was telling about, where we require right now, where our government is focusing on the two sectors right now. One is health and one more is education. And now, our health minister recently told about a mandatory exercise regarding cervical scanning.
Right.
Mandatory exercise. In the same way, if we do, it's like sensitizing them, educating the women, and also bringing awareness why they should go for the scanning, the simple scanning, what they've been telling about mammography.
Right.
So this, until and unless in this country, if you see the historical, cultural traits here, until and unless we are forced or mandated to go, there will be certain other, every daily chores for the women. Specifically, if you see the women who are involved in their work down level in the villages, or if you go to, the poor sections of the people, the women are totally occupied, either raising children, raising the family, or being a source of income for the family. They are absolutely occupied either by the work or by the family, until and unless a mandatory exercise has been taken by the government. And we are just thinking about, all these ailments to bring in a healthy state.
Right.
We are trying to see, and lots of research is also being done from our health department, which are the ailments which we would like to put it across to the people, sensitize them, educate them, bring awareness among them, and try to do it. Until unless we do, we won't be having the particular data in a perfect way.
So do you plan
Maybe,
to have it?
doctors over here, maybe, different hospitals, if you say the corporate hospitals or our government hospitals, they collect the data and they keep for themselves.
So do you plan to assimilate and keep them together?
Yes, definitely. We would like
Yes.
to, and we would like to have the platform now, a organized platform to collect the data and to see. Here the technology now, the disruptive technologies which are coming into life now will help in literally harnessing this data. So a good suggestion by the doctors over here, and we shall proceed further. Basically, lots of discussions are taking place now. Our focus is on health. Our focus is on education. So
That's-
maybe, this sort of deliberations over here, where our government tries to know about what doctors are telling, what the health specialists are telling, what actually the people wants from now, from us. We will try to literally put everything into our perspective and try to do something back to them.
Thank you so much. So that was a very positive note from you. Thank you very much. We respect that. And I would like to ask Mr. Suneet Agrawalji, Care Hospital Chief Operating Officer. Sir, tell me, sir, as a Chief Operating Officer, when do you think usually a patient comes with this kind of symptoms of breast cancer? And at which stage have you seen mostly in the hospital sector? Most of the cases, percentage-wise.
Right. So I'll put it this way. Generally, we are talking about body consciousness,
Yes.
And in this particular cancer, we are discussing about screening versus diagnostics. So generally, we are more towards diagnostics. When body gives symptom, you go for any diagnostics test. But screening is different. Once you do not have any symptom, still you're going for screening to check that if everything is all right. So over here in India, most of the people are symptom oriented. Only they come to the hospital when things are worse. We were talking about that in US, the incidence of cancer is much higher than India. It doesn't mean that India has lesser number of cancer patients. It only means that in India, the screening penetration is very less. If you can do a dipstick over here, you have the population of all the people sitting over here, females who are more than 40 years, how many have undergone any kind of mammography? You will find hardly 1%.
100%. That is true.
Yeah. Even a lot of people might not be knowing what mammography is all about. And so this is what we're saying, that we should know our body. Like somebody was asking somebody which is the most valuable asset you have. They will talk about all the real estate, gold, all this thing, but they will not talk about the most valuable real asset is your own body.
100%.
That we do not care. You ask anybody in the you can say media industry, they will tell you they have the best earning asset, their own self. So we don't care for oneself, and I think this kind of deliberations are very important, and the input from the government is also very much required, where they can talk about all the cervical cancer vaccination. I'm sure we are talking about cervical cancer also, but the penetration or the people who are taking this cervix vaccination is still very less. One could be the prohibitive pricing, another is awareness is not there. Now coming back to the question you asked, what stage people come. So they always come at a later stage. That's why you see in Indian movies and in the families, when somebody say, oh, you got detected with cancer, it's something like sky has fallen on them. They think that now the days are limited. It will not only bring emotional stress, but huge financial stress also. Because most of the Indian, the penetration of insurance, health insurance is again very less. So people come at a very late stage where the chances of survival or the full detection or the full cure is become difficult. If they come on time, the staging is at, say, early stage, it is very much possible to get rid of this cancer.
Thank you very much. And we have Kuldeep Didi here, who's also a victorious cancer battling lady. A huge round of applause. Didi, we're very happy to have you here, and thanks for sharing your story today. So, आप बताइए कुलदीप दीदी कि body conscious, you live in this place where it's all shanti and you eat good food, everything. But when did you discover? आपको कब पता चला कि आपको भी कैंसर हुआ और हो सकता है?
ओम शांति। मंच पर सभी अतिथियों का, हमारे चीफ गेस्ट आईटी मिनिस्टर को भी बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है। मुझे 7 मंथ बिफोर मालूम पड़ा, वो भी हम बहुत बिजी शेड्यूल में, मैं काफ़ी समय से बॉडी का चेकअप नहीं करा रही थी। आप बार बार बॉडी कॉन्शियस बोल रहे, हम लोग ज़्यादा सोल कॉन्शियस रहते हैं।
सोल कॉन्शियस
क्योंकि मेडिटेशन में सोल कॉन्शियसनेस नेसेसरी है। जब तक हम सोल कॉन्शियस नहीं होंगे तो हम परमात्मा से कनेक्ट नहीं हो सकते। मेडिटेशन के कारण भी मुझे कोई तकलीफ़ नहीं थी। मेरी बॉडी में कीलॉइड्स बनते रहते हैं, बहुत जगह पर है। लेफ़्ट साइड में छोटा सा आया, मुझे कुछ पेन नहीं है, तो मैंने सोचा ये भी कीलॉइड है। लेकिन एक दिन मुझे ऐसे परमात्मा की याद में बैठे बैठे टचिंग आई कि आप AIG हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट होकर 2 दिन के लिए एडमिट हो जाओ और फुल चेकअप कराइए। एक्चुअली मुझे लीवर का भी प्रॉब्लम है, तो मैं लीवर के लिए गई थी।
अच्छा।
और पूरे टेस्ट कराने के बाद नागेश्वर रेड्डी जी ने मुझे बुलाया और उन्होंने खुद अपने सभी डॉक्टर्स की टीम लगाकर खुद खड़े होकर के कि इनको अच्छे से देखना, ये बहुत बड़ी सेवा करते हैं, हमारी बहुत बड़ी दीदी है, मेरी बहन से बढ़कर है, ऐसा ऐसा सभी डॉक्टर्स को बता रहे थे। और 2 दिन, मतलब एक दिन फुल डे हमारा वेस्ट हुआ, क्योंकि उनका जो सेक्रेटरी है उसको बैक पेन आया तो वो बेचारा बोल नहीं पाया। फिर मैंने रात को बोला, तो 22 आवर्स फास्टिंग में थी मैं, सिर्फ मेरा एक ब्लड टेस्ट हुआ, दूसरा एंडोस्कोपी, हमारे पहचान वाले एक डॉक्टर है वहाँ, संदीप जी, उनको मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग हुआ कि सर ने संदीप सर को सौंप दिया है। और फिर बाद में बोले एक अल्ट्रासाउंड भी कर लेते हैं, आधा घंटा, माना 5 बजे हुआ। फिर मेरे को बहुत अनकंफर्टेबल लग रहा था कि इतना सफरिंग में मुझे कोई हेल्प नहीं मिली, नागेश्वर रेड्डी जी मिलने भी नहीं आई। मैंने कहा मुझे ना डिस्चार्ज लेना है, उनको आप इन्फॉर्म करो, मैं बिलिंग कर दूंगी ऑनलाइन, आप जो भी बिल हुआ है बता देना। लेकिन वो भाग कर आए ऊपर और फिर 9:30 मेरे से बोले आधा घंटा मैं बात कर सकता। मैं बोली ओके। तो उन्होंने बोला आपको बहुत से प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, मल्टीपल प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, और हम चाहते हैं कि आप माउंट आबू जाना चाह रहे, और क्या उस समय कान्हा शांतिवन में भी मेरा प्रोग्राम था, स्पीच था, तो फिर मैंने वो दूसरी बहन को दे दिया। माउंट आबू से एक बहन आई थी, तो मैंने कहा आप नेक्स्ट डे कर लीजिए क्योंकि माउंट आबू से आने में देरी होगी। फुल चेकअप करने के बाद जब उस दिन ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट नहीं थी जो मेरे ब्रेस्ट का जो है कि ये बायोप्सी करने के लिए मेल है, तो मैंने बोला नहीं, फीमेल डॉक्टर जब भी आए, मैं ट्यूसडे जाने वाली हूँ, मंडे आ सकती हूँ। तो उन्होंने भी बताया कि कैंसर तो है इनको। तो मुझे नागेश्वर रेड्डी जी बोले आप घबराते तो नहीं? मैंने बोला नहीं, हम बिल्कुल नहीं घबराते, हम जा कर के आने के बाद मिलेंगे। उसके बाद उन्होंने सजेस्ट किया आप सीनियर हैं ना, मेरे पास जूनियर डॉक्टर हैं, तो किम्स में डॉक्टर रघुराम जी ब्रेस्ट कैंसर के बेस्ट डॉक्टर हैं, और उनसे भी कहा कि मेरी ये बहन से बढ़कर है, आप इनको अच्छे से देखना। और मेरे से एक सिंगल पाई भी नहीं लिया, कुछ भी टेस्ट कहा AIG में। और आज भी मैं जाती हूँ तो उन्होंने सभी डॉक्टर्स को बोला है दीदी आए तो कोई टेस्ट का, कोई इंजेक्शन का कोई पैसा लेना ही नहीं।
It's very nice.
फिर मेरा ऑपरेशन 7 अगस्त को हुआ, लेकिन मुझे वहाँ पर भी पूछा गया आपको डर लगा? मैंने बोला हमको डर नहीं, हम बॉडी कॉन्शियस में रहते ही नहीं, आत्मा अजर अमर अविनाशी है, मरना तो है ही एक दिन, हंस के जाएंगे, रोते हुए क्यों जाना है। तो उन्होंने बोला आप तो मेरी काउंसलिंग कर सकते हैं। तो ऐसे सदा स्माइल करते रहते हैं। और डॉक्टर जो भी आते थे, कुछ मुझे कीमो से बहुत से मना साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स हुए, बहुत सारा मना उन लोग देखे कि ऐसा पेशेंट देखा नहीं है, किसी को भी इतने साइड इफ़ेक्ट नहीं हुआ। और उसके बाद मैंने बोला डॉक्टर साहब 4 कीमो बस इनफ है, अब इसके बाद मैं नहीं ले सकती। मुझे जाने में भी खुशी है, रहने में खुशी नहीं है। ऐसे कीमो लेके 8 या 12 आप देना चाहते, मैं नहीं टॉलरेट कर पाऊँगी। उसके बाद मेरा रेडिएशन हुआ AIG में ही, और कल ही मैं मिल के आई तो फिर और एक गोली दिए, बोले नहीं आपको हम कभी भी कीमो के लिए नहीं बोलेंगे, और आप तो विक्टोरियस हैं और आप हंसते रहते हैं, ये आपका गुण बहुत अच्छा है। क्योंकि हमको परमात्मा ने यही सिखाया, हंसते रहो, दूसरों को भी खुशी दो, खुश रहो और सबको खुश रखो।
Very nice.
इसलिए हमारी सारी संस्था के 7-8 लाख लोग हैं और सभी डेली मेडिटेशन करते हैं। मुझे अच्छे वाइब्रेशंस और दुआएं, तो हमको ऐसा लगता है दवाओं से ज़्यादा दुआएं काम करती हैं। तो ब्लेसिंग्स के कारण मैं ठीक हूँ, और मैंने कैंसर को एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया कि मुझे कैंसर है और मैं मर जाऊंगी, मुझे वो भी डर नहीं है। हम सेवा करते करते जाएंगे।
You are victorious, ma'am.
I am
Om Shanti.
victorious.
And we are victorious, and thanks for sharing your story, ma'am. Thank you very, very
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Dr. Raguramanji, I wanted to ask you that a lot of people have this religious barriers, or they have barriers about radiology ki men can't touch, only women should do things and things like that. And do you keep having such cases, and because of religious barriers, people are not coming forward to get rectified themselves or to do the checkup, get the checkup done? What do you think?
Yes, this is a problem all over India. It's not just rural or urban or whatever. It's also our cultural Indian background, wherein women also have to be very comfortable with their bodies. So this is probably one of the reasons why we get a late diagnosis, and a late diagnosis also will lead to a late treatment and a late and a bad outcome. So now the whole question is, how do we overcome these barriers? I feel even the men in the house need to play a very important part, and we need to shy away from the fact that a physician visit, whether it is a male, female or whatever, is immaterial given the current medical standards. Second thing is, I think every person should understand their own body. When I feel pain, I should understand why I am feeling pain. If I have a headache, I should understand that there is something behind it. So I am sure if people listen to their bodies, I am sure they will understand that something is not right. And once you know that something is not right, then you know that you have to seek attention. It does not matter which part of the body it is. So I think that stigma, or that social stigma, irrespective of what religion or whichever, which we need not go into, I think once a woman or even a man, even breast cancer occurs in man also.
Right.
It's not that breast cancer is only for women. And so a man can't feel shy and say, "Oh, this cannot be breast cancer, I'm immune to it. I don't have a breast at all." So listening to one's body, listening to one's inner signals, becoming more aware of what your body is made up of, that would be more of the clue, to give yourself up and get yourself tested, rather than hiding away, or because ultimately there is a cure for everything if you listen to your body. So this social stigma is something which the society itself, I think, has to discuss among themselves, and that's probably another platform for discussion. But this can easily be overcome if you listen to your inner. Every signal from your body, every symptom gives a particular signal. If you listen to that, you will get the answer. There are enough tests on this world to detect practically anything that you have. So this is where the soul consciousness meets the body consciousness. If you can meditate enough, if you can be more aware of your bodies via media, I would say meditation or soul, or it becomes much easier for you to seek attention at the right time, rather than looking at which part of my body is involved. That's the simple way I would put it, to take away the prejudice of which organ we are looking at it. Because science does not look at organs. Science only looks at disease. And if even patients or our public could understand that it's the disease that we are looking for, and the whole body from head to foot can be affected by cancer. We have more than 500 cancers all over the body.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I would like to ask Sridhar Garu. Sridhar Garu, as a person from the ministry, from the Telangana, how much money yearly is allocated to health at the first place, and how are we distributing it between the rural or urban, or as a whole, as a state? And is that really helping us? Is it going to the right person?
Yes, couple of questions are apt for. I believe, the priorities of the government comes into focus. Our priority, and, it keeps changing. This is the first year of our government. Specifically, we would like to stress on the point that what we have promised to the people. Given the resources, given the revenue, we would like to allocate, the budget we have and anticipated the revenue, what we'll be getting in the next year, depending upon our priorities. It's all the comparison. Last year, how much has been spent in terms of budget allocation for health. This time, we have increased about 2% compared to the last year. So it's not sufficient, actually. Definitely it's not sufficient, but the welfare of the citizens of this state, what we have promised and what we are going to deliver, these are all the challenges what we face, and keeping that in view, generally the budgetary exercise takes place. And we are also not satisfied, on the size of the budget, what we have allocated for the health. Health should be given the priority.
True.
Absolutely. As the time goes by, we have to cut down on the expenditure. What we do on the plan and the non-plan, if we do. For example, there are lots of challenges. We tend to do much of expenditure on non-plan. Okay? When we do much of expenditure on non-plan, we can't do plan expenditure properly. Non-plan, you definitely know the salaries, the pensions, the regular exercise, the maintenance and all, which occupies about 65 to 70% of our the revenue.
That's right.
We have only, the rest remaining we have to spend on development and the new welfare schemes. So this time it was too challenging for us because we have to stick to the word which we have been promised to our people. And secondly, how we can make a balance given the resources. But still, the earlier government policies we have to carry forward. This is a forward-looking government. And second thing also, what need to be done? You know, one is to increase the size of the budget, fine. And second is how well you are receptive to the health indicators of our state. Taking the cue from people like you who give us the statistics, how we shall formulate the policies, not only in terms of expenditure, but sensitizing the people, bringing awareness to the people, and making people reach to the primary health centers or to CHCs or to district hospitals and make them avail the facilities which are already available.
Right.
You have the diagnostic teams over there.
We have Arogya Shri also.
We tend to provide more on in terms of expenditure, but we would like to sensitize. Nagasree is there where we extended about 5 to 10 lakhs. That is one aspect. That is a small aspect of it, but it was our promise to the people. We ascribed to it and we implemented it. So these are the things. Tomorrow, when discussions of what I said earlier, cervical scanning has to be done.
Right.
For the women. That is more important for us, as the rise for the cervical cancer is also going on high. As you rightly said, the breast cancer incidents are going high.
And the vaccine also, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, sir. And what medications are we giving? The basic medicines, we would like to spend on it. The basic medicines required for the huge population. So this is all there, interrelated things are there. I literally appreciate. We have to spend more on health and we have to spend more on education. This is the duty of the government. But if you look in another way, the mandate has been given by the people to us. We are in the government. Whoever in the government, the mandate is given to them to exercise their power in terms of providing benefits to the people. The taxpayer may be thinking that whatever is being given is, we are just giving it to, rolling out to the welfare schemes. So this is the mandate given, and on the mandate given, the exercise done, whether it is a judicious or non-judicious, always been be evaluated after 4 years or 4.5 years, 5 years coming back to.
Right, unfortunately.
We are accountable. This is a political democracy. We are accountable to, people. If people think that the mandate has been given to these people is not being taken rightly, earnestly, judiciously, they have their power. They have the main weapon in their hands to cast their vote to see that if things are not being improved, things are not being done properly. That is being done. But I appreciate your point. We have to spend more money on the health. We have to literally see the health indicators of our state should be more vibrant. We take the studies from WHO. We take the study from the Indian medical, and we take the studies from all these things. Comes out with the policies. Our bureaucracy sits on it. They grind on it, and they come up with certain policies and put before us policymakers and try to understand about it. And we try to relate it because we are the public representatives. We try to relate what the policy perspective should be, and we keep it into action. These
So
are all.
putting it in, sorry to interrupt you, but having a budget is one aspect, but how the work is done and to have a check on it is another aspect.
Yes.
So I was more concerned about the second aspect as well.
Absolutely right. Executive part of the state is basically the duty and responsibility falls on them. And we see lots of gaps in accountability.
Right.
And we appreciate that, we take many steps. Now technology has come. We will try to literally put the technologies into perspective and see that the accountability increases, therein the productivity and efficiency in their performance increases. In times to come, technology will help people to improve the productivity and efficiency. and see that the deliverables, ultimately the deliverables are important. What we mention is not rightly put forward by you. We would like to systematize that and move forward, as a...
Fantastic, sir. As a Minister of IT, I think that's what we expect from you in future, in a faster pace.
Sure.
Amen. May it happen in your constituency. May it happen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I would like to ask Mr. Suneet ji. Mr. Suneet, because you're in a hospital working in a system, what about this corporate social responsibility, and how do you take it forward in testing the rural people? And is there something you can do from the corporate side? How can you help them? Because most of them come from very small backgrounds with Arogyashree and of course all other things. But how do you take it forward?
So I would like to answer this way that now there is a mandatory requirement for certain stature of the companies to deploy a certain percentage of the net profit to the CSR activities. Through that CSR activities or CSR fund, we can reach out to all these people who are not affordable. Can do all these screenings, and at Care Hospital we do such kind of things very regularly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we do reach, like I tell you, not this screening, autism and muscular dystrophy is also one of the very prevalent disease among the kids, small child, and screening, diagnostics, treatment is very expensive. So we recently did some kind of CSR activity which done free of cost to all these underprivileged children. But I would like to draw some point what Honorable Minister was saying on the health expenditure. I think the solution to this particular issue of rising healthcare cost is nothing but health insurance. Now what happens is at an individual level, like for example, around recently this government scheme has come, anybody above 70 years of age, 5 lakh rupees of insurance is free, right? Now, if this scheme, prior to this scheme, if you go to any health insurance company saying that you are a 70-year-old person, give me the insurance, very high chances, first, you will not get the insurance.
Absolutely.
Because of your pre-existing disease. Two, if you get, the premium will be too high for you to afford it.
It is true.
So this is the practical problem I'm telling you, which is there on the ground. Now, what if government can do? Government can come as a collective aggregator, They can say that, okay, in my country, above 70 years of age, I have, say, just for example, saying, say 10 million or say 20 million people, and they can negotiate a very good premium pricing with the insurance companies and give them a universal health cover. And also the way the tax is deducted from all of us, a health insurance premium can also be deducted. So this way we can solve this problem of health expenditure. Let me tell you that this expenditure is going to increase with the passage of time. It's not going to decrease. 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, the burden of incidence of disease will go up, so as the expensiveness side of the healthcare will go up. If we do not have a universal health insurance scheme, I think everything will fall flat.
That is rightly said at the right time, sir. I think that is also a need to be talked about today. Health insurance in a mass scale and reachable to everybody and anybody. Thank you. And Dr. Geeta garu cheppandi. I don't know if it is a myth or a fact. Address me. Blousel safety pins pettukunte cancer vastundi. Okay? Meeru chains avanni guchukune veskunte cancer vastundi. Things like this, they say. Myth or fact, or what is the ground reality?
It is not true, Andi. Just it is a myth.
Breast milk ivvakapothe cancer vastundi.
Breast milk feeding the kids over a long period, like more than 2 years, has some protective effect. అంటే ఇవ్వకపోతే వస్తుంది అనేం లేదు. ఇస్తాం వల్ల డెఫినెట్గా కొంచెం లాంగ్ టర్మ్ ఇస్తాం వల్ల మోర్ దెన్ 2 years కొంచెం ప్రొటెక్టివ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఉందని కొన్ని స్టడీస్ చూపిస్తున్నాయి.
So safety pins, all this is nonsense. Not true.
No.
Not true. Okay. So మనం lumps వస్తే చూడాలి, నిప్పుల్లో డిఫరెన్సెస్ వస్తే చూడాలి, ఇవన్నీ మనం చెప్తూనే ఉన్నాం రకరకాల వాటిల్లో. వై ఇస్ ఇట్ దట్ చాలామంది కూడా బాడీలో ఉన్నాయని తెలిసి కూడా వాళ్ళు చెప్పకుండా దాచుకుని తర్వాత వచ్చిన పేషెంట్స్ కూడా మీ దగ్గర వస్తారా?
చాలామంది అండి. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇంత అవేర్నెస్, ఇవన్నీ అవేర్నెస్ కోసం చేస్తున్నాం, ఇంత తీసుకొచ్చినా కూడా ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ టిప్ ఆఫ్ ఐస్బర్గ్. స్టిల్ ఓన్లీ మన తెలంగాణలో ఒక సర్వే తెలిసింది ఏంటంటే, స్టిల్ ఓన్లీ 5 to 10% ఆఫ్ ఉమెన్ కూడా రెగ్యులర్ స్క్రీనింగ్ చేయించుకోవట్లేదు స్టిల్ టు డేట్ ఆల్సో. అండ్ ఏంటంటే ఒకసారి లంప్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత కూడా అది ఎక్కువగా పక్కన వాళ్ళకి ఎవరికైనా చెప్తే నాకు కూడా అలానే అయినాయిలే, అదేదో చిన్న పాలగడ్డల్లే, అదేదో గడ్డల్లే అని పక్కన వాళ్ళని అడుగుతారు, వాళ్ళు చెప్పటము. అంటే వచ్చిన తర్వాత కూడా డాక్టర్ దగ్గర తొందరగా వెళ్ళరు, అది పెరుగుతున్నా కూడా వెళ్ళరు, ఎవరికి చెప్పరు. అది బాగా పెద్దదయ్యి బాగా ముదిరిపోయిన తర్వాతే 70% ఆఫ్ ఇండియన్ పాపులేషన్ టుడే ఆల్సో ఆర్ కమింగ్ ఇన్ 3rd or 4th stages అండి.
Very sad. Thank you, ma'am. And I'll go back to Dr. Raguraman garu. సార్ మీరు చెప్పండి, నార్మల్గా అంటారు దట్ బయాప్సీ చేస్తే క్యాన్సర్ వస్తుంది, లేకపోతే కట్ రాకూడదు, కట్ ఉంటే వచ్చేస్తుంది, సో మనం ఏం కట్ చేసుకోకూడదు, బ్లేడ్ ఆర్ నైఫ్ వస్తే.
అబ్సల్యూట్ మిత్.
మిత్ ఫ్యాక్ట్ కాదంటారు.
ఇఫ్ యూ పెనిట్రేట్ ద ట్యూమర్ స్ప్రెడ్ అవుతుంది.
నో ఇట్స్ నాట్ ట్రూ.
ప్లీజ్, లంప్ వస్తే గెట్ ఇట్, పుట్ ఎ నీడిల్, గెట్ ఇట్ బయాప్సీడ్. At least you will get to know the truth. If it's a benign lump, leave it alone. If it is a cancer, start the treatment. But that is a myth.
Okay. ఇంకోటి, రేడియేషన్స్ చాలా మంచివి కాదు. ఫోన్ నుంచి రేడియేషన్స్ వస్తాయి, అక్కడి నుంచి రేడియేషన్స్ వస్తాయి. సో రేడియేషన్ ఇస్ నాట్ గుడ్, దానివల్ల ఇంకా హాని జరుగుతుంది అని చెప్తారు. అది ఎంతవరకు?
Radiation causes brain cancer. Radiation causes this.
True.
No. Those are all cosmic radiations or radio frequency radiations. They cannot cause cancer. ఏ మాత్రం ప్రూఫ్ లేదు. There is no proof all over the world that any of these radiations cause cancer. So you can use your mobile phone as much as you want, but preferably use a Bluetooth or headphones.
Okay.
One thing you saying what causes cancer is you saying biopsy taking or radiation. I was talking to a doctor and doctor was saying that like we asked a doctor that look at this guy, he drinks, he eat non-veg and he does everything, but he is still healthy. And there is one guy who is teetotaler, non-smoker, but he is diagnosed with some very deadly disease. So I asked doctor, so why this? And he answered very beautifully, and this is something we all must note. He said medical science has proved what all these things like smoking or not eating right have impact on our body, but they still cannot find out the impact of stress that we have on our body. So the person who is drinking, eating, maybe doing in a very good mood, he's very light, he's laughing, he's doing everything. At the same time, somebody who is eating very healthy breakfast, but must be having a lot of stresses in mind. So you will find that stress is something still we are not able to measure the impact of stress. So all this cancer, if you see that a lot of stress, and the kids are going through a lot of stress.
That's nice. Very well said. Actually, stress untene any problems. Very, very true. And yes, I get back to you.
I'll just add one thing. There are certain things known as quantifiable and some are non-quantifiable. Stress is non-quantifiable. Correct. Cigarettes are quantifiable.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So do not go so deep into that. What is quantifiable and non-quantifiable. Live your life and your lifestyle as healthy as you would like to. And very, very simple example. Sitting for 8 hours a day, a computer programmer is equivalent to smoking one big packet of cigarettes.
Right.
And that is how it works. So you cannot quantify these.
Yes, that's true. లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ సార్, మిమ్మల్ని చాలామంది ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఒక డాక్టర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళడానికి ముందర కీమోథెరపీ రేడియేషన్లో కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయ్యి చాలాసార్లు రేడియేషన్ వల్ల మాకు చాలా ప్రాబ్లం అయింది, కీమో వాజ్ ఓకే, ఆర్ కీమో వల్ల రేడియేషన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అయింది, ఇలా ఏదో చెప్తూ ఉంటారు. రెండు వేరు అన్న విషయం మీ ద్వారా చెప్పించాలని ఒక చిన్న ప్రయత్నం అది.
It's very simple. Chemotherapy is a drug infused into the body via saline into your nerves, and it enters your entire body and affects all the cells in the body. So certainly you are going to have some kind of side effects because what it's called a systemic treatment. It affects the whole body. It's given to the, but radiation is a local treatment. And if anybody over here is afraid of breast radiation, I will tell you, there are almost zero side effects except for a few skin changes. So there is a total world of difference between the two. The only thing is where you give the radiation, it may make a little difference, but these two are totally different treatments, and let us not confuse the two, whichever way. Chemotherapy may have some side effects, but radiation does not have. But essentially for breast cancer treatment, all are required. You
Okay.
can't escape both of them, most of them.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And on a final note, అందరిని మాట్లాడాల్సిన important.
ఫైనల్ నోట్ ఏంటంటే లేడీస్ ఆర్ మెన్ దే హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ చార్జ్ ఆఫ్ దేర్ హెల్త్ దే షుడ్ నో వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ ద బాడీ బికాస్ వీఆర్ కాన్షియస్ ఆఫ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వాట్ విచ్ డ్రెస్ వీ వేర్ విచ్ గ్రూప్ వీఆర్ మూవింగ్ అరౌండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వీఆర్ cautious but we are not cautious of what is happening inside our body. So many people, even we see the patients coming in the very late stages, very educated people like engineers, doctors. One doctor is supposed to come from Shadnagar. She wants to talk her story today.
She's also victorious with cancer,
woman,
right?
She always feels, I'm a doctor and still I neglected till this last stage. She always feels bad. But now she's all right. She's
Recovered, victorious.
Yeah. Even doctors, IAS officers, we have seen so many people, very well educated women also coming in late stages, neglecting their health. Any small problem in the body, they should approach a doctor. Everything is not cancer. Of that, only 10% may be cancer, rest are benign. But it is our duty to know what it is. Beyond doubt, we should prove it.
True.
And regarding today, Minister is here. Honorable, I request Honorable Minister to, Sir has answered the questions very well.
Thank you,
and
sir.
the registry, as Sir told aptly, only hospital-based registry is there in our state. There is no population-based registry. In both Telugu-speaking state, there is no proper cancer registry. Only hospital-based registry is there. It is, I request Honorable Minister to actually to request the government to establish the proper cancer registry in our state, so that if we know the burden of the disease, we can work towards the cause. We can know the etiology, which area, which cancer is more, and what is the cause, what is the etiology, what is the epidemiological factors. We can work towards that. And I request Honorable Minister also to make top 2 diseases, breast cancer and cervical cancer, as a notifiable diseases, so that we can work more towards that. And actually we should take Tamil Nadu as a model in this,
Right.
because Tamil Nadu is very advanced in this, right from like 1 or 2 decades back only. They have a
Yes,
proper more than that, they have a proper registry. They and when
Yes, when
previous-
Jayalalitha madam was
Jayalalitha
there,
madam was-
she ensured it happened.
It happened, and both Adayar, founder director of Adayar, Shanta madam, and both the ladies are responsible for this advanced treatment or advanced stage of registry or treatment in Tamil Nadu. And
So, sir, we can't wait for minister to come, to a lady minister or a lady chief minister to come to do that. We want you as men to take it forward, is what Dr. Geeta is trying to say.
Yeah, because of both ladies, it is
It has been
very
possible.
good in Tamil Nadu. We should take it as a role model, and we should make our state also maybe second state or much better than Tamil Nadu. I wish and hope, sir.
A request, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You know, we are just thinking a step ahead. We are planning to build a individual profile for each and every citizen of our state. So in that profile, we would taking the profile of each and every individual, including men and women. So profiling and taking the statistics and going to each and every household with a team of doctors or health supervisors back in their own places. Now we are planning to build a health profile that will help everybody for
It's like a family health profile,
family, individual health profile.
individual health profile.
Individual health profile of each and every individual. We'll be giving a profile quad. So that will help them, right, to prevent many of the ailments. So this is one of the key aspects what we are planning to do using the technology ultimately. So this we will take into account, and many deliberations are being taking place with the doctors, with the administrators, my health minister, Mr. Damodar Rajanarasimha, is also a very proactive man. Need not be a woman to take care of that, right? So they are conscious of the fact of the health of men and women of the state. And we have, commitment basically to see that, our state should be healthy all the time. It should be the healthiest state of all. So that is our goal, and in the process, we are just trying to build a health profile. In that health profile building, we will take these aspects into view and put it in our agenda, definitely. And this is a positive point that you have raised, and we would keep it in mind. And I would like to share, because I am not the authority here. I don't have a mandate to tell on this platform. I can share it with my senior colleague and try to impress upon it.
That'll be great, sir, because it's a young, government which has come in. So at the seeding stage itself, we want the roots to go deep in.
Yeah.
So because of it's a young government. Thank you very much, sir. And I wanted to ask Didi to give a last note for this session.
ओम शांति। हम सभी बहुत समय से कैंसर के रोगियों को किस प्रकार की प्रॉब्लम्स आती है वो सुन रहे थे। अगर हम सभी मेडिटेशन का अभ्यास करेंगे, इससे हमारा विल पावर बढ़ती है, टॉलरेंस पावर भी आती है, और सबके साथ हम खुशी से जीने की कला राजयोग से सीख सकते हैं। ये राजयोग मेडिटेशन ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें कुछ आसनास आदि करने हैं, लेकिन ये मेंटल एक्सरसाइज है। जैसे हम फिज़िकल बॉडी को फिट रखने के लिए फिज़िकल एक्सरसाइज करते हैं, ऐसे मेंटल एक्सरसाइज अपने माइंड को स्ट्रेंथनिंग करने के लिए मेडिटेशन बहुत काम करता है। और हमारे इस ईश्वरीय विश्वविद्यालय में बहुत से कैंसर पेशेंट्स ने कैंसर से फाइट करके वो विक्टोरियस बने हैं। हमारे पास इस कैंपस में ही रहने वाला एक भाई जो आज अभी विजयवाड़ा में गया है, क्योंकि वो भी मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर है, उसको 8 जगह पर कैंसर हुआ, लेकिन उसने किसी से शेयर नहीं किया, और अपनी टॉलरेंस पावर मेडिटेशन से 1 वर्ष के अंदर उसने अपने पूरा कैंसर, डॉक्टर्स हैंड्स अप कर दिए थे, लेकिन उसकी विल पावर से उसने विजय प्राप्त की। और एक और हमारे पास पेशेंट है जो घर में रहते हैं, उनको भी डॉक्टरों ने 1 साल पहले से जवाब दे दिया, लेकिन डेली वो मेडिटेशन के लिए हमारे आश्रम पर आती है, और उसको कोई डर नहीं है, उसको मरने का भी डर नहीं, बोलती कुछ भी होने दो, मैं मेडिटेशन ज़रूर करूँगी, और वो विक्टोरियस हो गई है। Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Raghuvan, your final note, please,
Yes,
on what is it
I
that you would
just
like to say?
add one very small practical point. All our patients who are peaceful in mind and who have accepted their disease and who are taking the treatment peacefully, it has been observed that the side effects of chemotherapy or radiotherapy or whatever are much more tolerable. All the patients who are much more peaceful in mind have better immunities, and in the long run, because of that improved immunity, they not only do they tolerate treatment better, they fight the disease much better, and they have much longer survivals. They are much more complacent in the treatment. So set your pizza house right at home before you sell pizza outside.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And Mr. Suneet, finally, what you would like to say about the family, and how should family be helpful in this regard? And we can end this discussion today.
I would like to say in a different manner with one story, small story. There was a cobbler who used to mend shoes. Everybody used to go to him, and he was mending the shoes, but not taking care of himself. Whenever somebody was coming, he was just doing the work and getting the mending done. A time came, he was not able to mend the shoes. What would have happened? People stopped coming to him for getting his shoes mended. They went to somebody else. The moral of the story is, take care of yourself first, and then only you can take care of others.
I request all the members in the family. As you all know that, in comparison with Western side ladies, our Indian ladies are a little more traditionally shy. So the men should be behind the ladies, like mother,
The entire
wife,
family for that
sister,
matter.
sister. All the men in the family should force their women members in the family to go and get diagnosed every year. And we should bring awareness among the youngsters so that this problem can be discussed again and again. And this can be eradicated and put in control in future.
Fantastic.
No need to have only women chief minister or women minister. The men can be behind their women.
We are waiting for this government to do that.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Awareness and body consciousness. One definitely example what we take back is be careful, be aware, and family, please be there together. And the best gift you can give on a birthday or an anniversary is your checkup. Take care of yourself and do a health checkup. With this note, we shall end this session today. Thank you so much. I thank all the people who've come here.
ఇదండి ఇవాళ ఒక స్పెషల్ గాయత్రి భార్గవీస్ నవరస. ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ద్వారా మీ అందరికీ మంచి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అలాంగ్ విత్ సమ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ వచ్చిందని భావిస్తున్నాను. కీప్ వాచింగ్ ఫర్ గుడ్ కాంటెంట్ అండ్ ప్లీజ్ కీప్ ఎంకరేజింగ్ అస్. నమస్కారం. జై హింద్.